They may be having trouble having friendships. They may have trouble with emotional regulation, I imagine, because prefrontal cortex really helps us with emotional regulation enormously. How can parents navigate some of the emotional ups and downs that kids that are suffering in these ways are going through?
I think a big part is always starting with education. Help your kid. What I find is that and teenagers who are having a hard time, they need to know that they're not a freak of nature, that they're not broken. They don't need to be rescued and fixed. Many times they just have to have insight and be informed about what's going on. I just had a session with a teenager this week, someone I've been seeing for quite some time, off and on, and straight A student. She's amazing, does really well, but her ADHD really prevents her from having really good friendships. And it really impacts her relationships in general. That's the major way that it impacts her. And a lot of her thought process is this: what is wrong with me? Why can't I ever fit in? Why don't people reach out to me? What is wrong with me? And so I think when I was able to educate her on, like, hey, remember, your ADHD prevents you from regulating those thoughts. So when you have a thought, it will run wild. You will start to have this thought, which affects your mood, because she was talking about moodiness. It's affecting your ability to engage with people, because now you feel like a loser, so then you withdraw from other people, and that's why you start to spiral. That's that dysregulation piece. Remember that. Yeah, that's right. So I'm moody because of my thoughts, right? Because thoughts are the foundation of everything else. It will trigger that moodiness because you're feeling different, you're feeling left out. So if you can remember that, you're like, okay, this person didn't call me back right away. That's what I'm seeing on the surface. What I'm telling myself is that no one likes me. I'm a reject, that I'll never have friends, that I'll never be different. Those are very different things, and you're hurting yourself by doing that. So I think a big part of it is really empowering our kids and our teenagers with that information so that they can better understand their brain, that they can feel like oh yeah, this is what my brain is lying to me right now. My brain is giving me information, or I'm believing something that's part of now my core belief that's actually not true. I'm not unlovable. I'm not unlikable. That's a core belief I've adopted based on things I've seen. So I think that education is really important in helping them better understand their brain. So whether they have ADHD or anxiety or depression or a learning challenge, whatever it is, that they should know that they're not broken. It's just this is the way their brain is wired. And the good news is that it can learn to behave differently when you give it the skills that it needs. And so that's the good news. So I think that for most things, it starts with the education and really helping that individual understand who they are so that they understand their brain, and they'll be less likely to get stuck in that spiral of messy feelings and thoughts when they understand themselves better. And the parent will understand them better too.